Good morning, everyone. This is your Ave Maria radio news for Thursday, December 11th. Here's what's happening. Attorney General Pam Bondi says the oil tanker seized by the U.S. off the coast of Venezuela was used to transport sanctioned oil to Iran. Mark Mayfield reports.
In a post on X, Bondi said the ship had been sanctioned for years over its alleged involvement in an oil shipping network supporting terrorist groups. The move comes as tensions have escalated between President Trump and Venezuelan President Maduro. The U.S. already has a large military presence in the Caribbean and has launched deadly strikes against suspected drug boats exiting Venezuela. I'm Mark Mayfield.
The Federal Reserve has cut interest rates 0.25%. The central bank made that announcement yesterday. But Fed Chair Jerome Powell isn't tipping his hand about another interest cut. After the cut was announced, Powell told reporters President Trump's tariffs have, in his words, elevated inflation. But Powell added the inflation rise will likely be short-lived, and the central bank will be reevaluating its policy with regards to interest rates and wait and see how the economy evolves. Powell surprised investors by saying he expects stronger GDP gains for the U.S. into the next year. House GOP leaders are moving forward with a health care package that excludes Affordable Care Act subsidy extensions. Instead, Speaker Mike Johnson told reporters the legislation will compromise GOP-backed ideas that every Republican agrees to and have already been discussed across various House committees this year. A vote is expected next week. However, as the House moves forward without a plan for the subsidies, the Senate is set to vote on a competing Republican and Democratic plan Thursday, but neither proposal is expected to pass. A Pennsylvania Catholic deacon is facing backlash for a comment he made on social media about Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. In response to a post stating the Somali refugee Omar is garbage, Our Lady Help of Christians Parish Deacon George Garber said, "Send her back to Mudtown." Garber's remark was condemned by the Diocese of Harrisburg, which said it was not acceptable and, quote, inconsistent with the dignity and respect we are called to uphold as a Catholic community. The diocese said it is addressing the matter but would not comment further. And religious faith in America is holding steady after years of decline. That's according to a new report from the Pew Research Center, which found about 70% of Americans say they identify with a religion since 2020. Pew also says young Americans remain less religious than their parents or grandparents, with 55% claiming a religion. The nones, Americans claiming no faith, nearly doubled in size from 2007 to 2022, from 16 to 31%. Listen to Ave Maria Radio News during Morning Offering, weekdays at 8 a.m. on Ave Maria Radio or anytime with the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley.